Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about My Octopus Teacher, and this movie came out in 2020 and it's on Netflix, and this is a documentary about a guy who goes into the ocean and finds an octopus in said ocean, and he basically just, no pun intended when I say this, documents his experience with the octopus because he forms a very friendly relationship with it. And this movie was kind of boring for me, especially in the first half. The second half was a little bit better because that's when you actually learn about the relationship a little bit, and it was just more interesting for me to watch. But the first half was kind of dull and just what you would expect. And in terms of story and overall surprises and hitting the emotions that it's trying to, it really didn't have much. It had very little, and the moments where it does work, it works at like above average. Like it's like, okay, that worked appropriately, but for the vast majority of this movie, it's just kind of dull and kind of stupid. I like some of the underwater shots. I think that they look nice, and it's not a bad looking movie. I'll give it that. And I did like the music. I thought the music worked and was used appropriately. But I really did feel as though the visuals and the music were kind of doing all of the work here. Because if you take those elements out of the movie and just made it really bland, both the visuals and the music, then literally nothing would work about this movie. There were some moments that I really enjoyed, and overall I learned just a little bit, like just a couple tiny things is what I got out of this documentary that I did not know beforehand, aside from like the overall story that it's trying to tell. And one thing that kind of stood out to me as kind of weird is that the way things were presented, it doesn't really say it, but it's just how it was communicated to me. It was like the main guy we were focusing on was kind of falling in love with an octopus, which is kind of weird. And I'm just like, what am I watching? Just the way he addressed the octopus at points when he was like talking about it, and I'm just like, too much. It went too far, and I just found that to be really distracting. And whenever something like that came up, I was laughing, and I just could not take the movie seriously because of that. And because that's the case, it kind of ruins the movie a little bit for me. Not throughout the entire film, because there are points where it does not feel that way for me. It's mostly just like from the narration and from the visuals, it just feels like a relationship. But whenever it's narrated, that's when it's kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes you're getting information that's like necessary to what they're trying to communicate. Other times it just feels weird and doesn't need to be there. There are also some things that I wish the documentary gave some time to, like the main guy. It tells you that he has a son, and he has like a little bit of screen time. He doesn't talk at all. It just shows you him for like 3 minutes in total throughout the entire film, and it mentions him a little bit. But what I was really lacking was like an actual reason as to why you were showing that. I know it's only like a few minutes of the movie, but at the same time, why is it even there? And overall, I just didn't feel as though this movie explored anything that I found to be super interesting, and it just repeated things that I already knew, and I overall just got nothing out of this movie. And unfortunately, I cannot recommend that you check this movie out. It's not because it's a bad movie. There are some good things about it, but all in all, it just offered me nothing, and I'm never going to watch this movie again, and that's about all I have to say about it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give My Octopus Teacher a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of My Octopus Teacher, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Traffic. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.